Next up, we have Kathy, a divorced spouse and Social Security. We'll talk about that. If you want the definitive guide, this is fresh out for 2021. Where's my money? Secrets to getting the most out of your Social Security. Call my office now at 888-988-JOSH and request a no-obligation review. 888-988-JOSH. Bob's people have been so gracious to give away the first 3 copies to the first 3 of you who schedule your no-obligation review, and to those, I'm sure we'll have, we're already having more people call us. I'm seeing the switchboard light up, so call our office, and if we exceed the free gifts, we'll throw it in for you. 888-988-JOSH, 888-988-5674. We're back with Bob Carlson now. What about divorced spouses? We have Kathy who has a question on divorce. Go ahead, Kathy.
Hi, Josh. First, I'd like to say thank you for taking my call. And Bob Carlson, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. My question is, I'm a divorced spouse. I was married for 16 years. I was divorced back in 1993, and I was on disability for quite a while until I turned 65, and it went from disability to regular, I guess, Medicare, Social Security, whatever it is. My question is, can I collect on my ex's Social Security the fact that I did not remarry?
You might be able to. A lot of people don't realize that, but divorced people can often collect on the earnings record of their previous spouse. To qualify for that, you had to have been married for at least 10 years and currently be unmarried. And then you can collect once you are 62 or older, and then the other spouse, the ex-spouse, has to be at least 62. And then additional requirement is you had to have been divorced at least 2 years, or the other spouse is already claiming their own retirement benefits, and then you can claim for benefits on their record if it's higher than your own earnings record. You'll only get one benefit. You either get your own benefit or the divorced spouse benefit, and generally the divorced spouse benefit is 50% of the full retirement benefit of the other spouse. So it sounds like you meet those requirements, so you might want to look into that. Normally, when Social Security takes your application, they ask about ex-spouses to make sure you're not eligible for an ex-spouse benefit, but sometimes that gets overlooked, and
yes,
sometimes, I would, if you've met those requirements, I would say contact Social Security and tell them that you think you're qualified for a divorced spouse benefit, that it exceeds your regular benefit that you're getting now, and you'd like to apply for it.
Okay, because I lived in Florida for 16 years. I went to the Social Security offices down there. They had a hard time even looking up my ex's information because the only thing they would tell me if he was alive or deceased, but they were asking me all kinds of questions, what his mother's maiden name was, where he was born and raised, and everything. And I was in the office with a gentleman for about 2 hours, and then the gentleman had to call another employee over to help him. Because my ex worked in Malaysia after our divorce. He remarried right away. He worked in Malaysia for 2 years and came back, and he's still working. He's a teacher. I believe he lives in Texas. My ex is in Texas, like the song. And I just can't, I don't own a computer, so I have to do all my correspondence over the phone or in person at a Social Security office. And for years, I have been asking these questions, trying to call, and I've been collecting only on my own earnings. And I asked numerous times about, I'm divorced, I never remarried, can I collect on my exes? And I have a question. The longer my ex works, does his Social Security keep going up?
Yeah, but there's a question of whether he's working in a job that's covered by Social Security. A lot of overseas employment is not subject to Social Security, and also a lot of teaching jobs also aren't subject to Social Security. It varies from state to state. So if he's working in jobs that are covered by Social Security, then the longer he works, as he earns more income each year, that should increase his benefits. But it's not clear he's working in jobs that are covered by Social Security.
Years, and then after our divorce, he remarried, and like I said, they went to Malaysia, and then they came back, and then he just moves around constantly. He lived in Colorado, and now he's in Texas at 4 different addresses. And like I said, Social Security, the only information.
Who is this clown, right? Who is this clown? So
I won't comment.
Now I know why he's gone. He's in Malaysia.
I don't know who the heck I was married to for 16 years.
Why is he in
never
Malaysia?
Never even showed up at his father's funeral, so I can imagine.
Why is he in Malaysia?
Social Security only tells me if he's alive or dead. They said, we can't give you any information on him.
Yeah, they won't tell you anything, and they also won't tell him anything about you. And it's what a lot of people don't realize is you can apply for Social Security benefits based on your former spouse. It won't affect the amount of benefits he receives. He'll never know whether or not you're claiming benefits on his record. It's completely independent. So, they won't tell you anything, and they won't tell him anything.
Right. And I tried reading the booklets and everything, but you have to be a rocket scientist to try to figure them out. So my next step is, like I said, I'm going to make an appointment with Social Security here where I live in New Jersey and try to, see what's going on, because I think I'm only collecting on mine. And like I said, I was divorced in 1993. Now, is any of this stuff retroactive?
It could be.
It's only up to 6 months, right? It's only up to 6 months if there was a mistake made. Is it 6 or 12?
Well, it's 6 months if you want a lump sum of the benefit you didn't apply for when you thought you should have. It could be, since someone might have made a mistake here, it might go back further. But you're right, in most cases, lump sum back payments only go up to 6 months.
Yeah, and I think there's some limitation. If there was an error, I think it might be 12, but I'm not 100% certain on that one. But that's why you want to act now. You want to get the book, Where's My Money? Call us today, 888-988-JOSH. Schedule your no-obligation Maximize My Social Security review. We will go over the data talked about in Bob's book, and we have a free Social Security calculation that will give you when you schedule and keep your no-obligation review. So call us now, 888-988-JOSH during the break. Get the free book when you schedule and keep your no-obligation review. We'll be back after these messages.
The preceding program was sponsored by the Jalinski Advisory Group.
Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications, including 5-Star Wealth Manager, Advisory of the Year finalist by Senior Market Advisor, and top of the $1 Million Roundtable, are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Josh Jalinski or Wealth Quarterback LLC. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Wealth Quarterback website at www.jalinski.org. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to effect or attempt to effect transactions in securities or the rendering of personalized investment advice. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions, the information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up to date, Josh Jalinski and Wealth Quarterback do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature, is provided for informational purposes only, and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation.
Advisory services offered through Wealth Quarterback LLC.